Welcome to UI Wednesdays. My name is Alyssa Nicoll, and let's do this. Should be a very short, sweet CSS stream. Right now you're looking at nothing. I'll just remove that so we can chat. So hi. What time is it? Where are you from? Join the chat. If of course you are joining the chat and you're not watching this at some future date. And if you are watching this at some future date, hello in the future. Good day to you. So yes, UI Wednesdays, I usually, if you don't know, tackle CSS challenges, talk about UI UX problems. Today, specifically, we are going to be diving into my Tour of Heroes, My Little Ponies Angular demo application. It's been getting a lot of work. Like it's been flexing a lot lately. Because I've been using it a lot lately, and there's been lots of contributions and PRs and merges. And I think it's just been moving so quickly that when I look back at it, I was like, like what's happening here? Nothing that a little margin and padding can't fix. That's what I always try to tell myself that when you get overwhelmed with the way your UI looks, the way things are going, and you're like, oh dear Lord, how am I gonna fix this? It's best if you just take a deep breath and remind yourself that most things can be fixed with margin and padding, right? Like so we're just gonna dive right in. Probably gonna be a short stream. I've got a prep for a talk I'm doing tomorrow called Dark Patterns in UX. Super pumped about that. It's actually going to be on the Live Coders channel on the Twitches. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll have to jump over to the Twitches. So yes, tomorrow morning I'll be doing that. Check out that. It's a really cool stream, I think, happening all day tomorrow, but I'll be on in the morning. But yeah, let's do some CSS. Let's have a relaxing end to our Wednesday, shall we? And if you're just not joining the stream, please shout out in the chat where you're from, what time it is. I'm in Kansas City. It's 2 p.m. here, Missouri. I should specify. There are 2 Kansas cities. But yeah, let's do this. All right, so let's check out I'm going to share my screen like this, and it's going to look beautiful, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Okay. And then let's actually we're going to need to get our server running. Terminal. Terminal, where are you? Why have you forsaken me? Make it bigger, please. All right. So I'm going to just do my thing. We usually CD into the application. And I always do the git status to remind myself of what the heck I was doing last. Open it in VS Code, which I already have it open. And then let's serve it up. And this is an Angular application, and I am using Angular version 11. So you can use hot module replacement, which is really, really cool. Just run ngserve --HMR. Love it. Having fun. Notice hot module replacement is enabled for the dev server. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that notification. So while that's spinning up, why don't we take a tour of the application? Shall we? So I do have a pony grid, which it needs actually, we're going to add, I have a bunch of snippets as I'm teaching these kind of things that I use, and I pop them in and out. So what we're going to do is we're going to style the last version of the pony grid snippet. We want to style the application as if this was its final state, even though it's constantly in flux. But yes, it is the Tour of Heroes application that John Papa originally created and that the Angular.io docs often go into. And I've added My Little Ponies to it, and I think that definitely made it better, I feel, in my heart. And I love to use this application to demo new things and to try new things out myself. But it has been a bit of a hot mess lately because of it's just been a lot of different PRs that I merged and things that I've added in a very quick amount of time. And then I looked back and I was like, oh no, oh no. It says it's compiled successfully, so we should be seeing it now at this moment in our lives. So here it is. Here's the gorgeousness herself. So things like, for instance, just randomly slapped in a grid, because who doesn't want to randomly throw on a grid? That needs, like, this header needs to be styled. There's some, margin issues. And then maybe, I don't know, I haven't decided if I even want the grid in its current location. I think I don't. I think I want it maybe below these ponies. So we'll need to adjust some markup there. Then also, if we go over to the Hire Hero page, my friend Chris Ford, who was on Adventures at Angular with me, he added this page, and it's got a mix of, like, this is using Kendo UI styles, this isn't. Kendo UI is the component library that we're utilizing here. So I want to make sure that it's consistent, and I don't really know why the form is centered on the page. Holly. Hi, Holly. Don't know much about Angular, but is this relevant to learning Kendo with jQuery? Sorry if stupid question. No, not a stupid question at all. Welcome to the stream. I see you're watching on the YouTubes. Good to have you. We're currently streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. That's why I said that. But actually, I can share Holly's thing if you're watching on Twitch, so you can see what she said. Not a stupid question at all. I don't think it will be particularly relevant. Kendo UI has many flavors, jQuery and Angular being two of them, and they have a lot of crossover as far as components and features that they offer. But as far as, like, using in your day-to-day life, like Kendo UI for jQuery, this will be a little bit different because it's using it for Angular. I think a lot of the things, maybe like the way you install, or the way you, like, actually throw them into the markup, might be the same. But some of the features I know differ between our products, because we also have Vue and React as well. So yes, it's good to know, though, that there are people out there that want that kind of content. We can definitely look into creating Kendo UI with jQuery content. This specific app, which actually I wanted to share with all of you beautiful people, is on the GitHubs. I actually have, bear with me while you watch my process. I actually have a link from, I did an ngconf workshop Monday, and I had Sarah, my leader and amazing friend, create these short links for us. And this is the short link for our boop, boop, boop. So sharing it in the chat to everybody. That's the short link to this specific application on GitHub. So you can see the commits and things like that. Perfect. Looks like it posted. Excellent. Cool. So Holly says, please more jQuery. I love it. I'm actually, right now, I know it's super silly. I can't, if I could turn my camera around, you'd see how many, like, sticky notes are across my desk. It's like the only way I function is if I, like, write it down. So I'm making a note that Holly wants jQuery content. I can make that happen. I know some people. I know a little bit of jQuery. I use it occasionally whenever I need to get something done quick. But I actually know a guy. His name's TJ. He knows more jQuery than I do. So if we're going to do some jQuery streams, I'm going to make sure he's there. Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about? Right. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a relaxing way to end our Wednesday, wherever you are in the world. Maybe you're beginning your Thursday. To just add some styles and to clean this up a little bit, because yikes. So the first thing I like to do when I tackle a project like this is open up my dev tools. I love Chrome. I love the dev tools. I'm all about that life. I have an eyelash that's, like, stabbing me right now, so I'm sorry if I twitch a lot. Okay. So I would first select this guy and look at, like, why are you centered on the page? It looks like margin 0 auto is being given in the hero. Oh, I can make this. I always forget. You got to make the dev tools the size of life itself. Let's make this a little bit bigger, and I think you should be able to see it now, but it looks like filter form, the class, is being given a margin 0 auto, which I would like that to stop immediately, in the hero hire component CSS file. Cool. Again, this is a mixture of other people's other, like, not to totally, like, pass the blame. This is ugly because other people made it. This is a combination of multiple PRs and other Angularites working on this, and so I'm just going to try to clean it up a little bit and make it look polished for the next time I demo it, or the next time I hop on and need to use it, which has been a lot lately. Holly, if you're still with us, where are you based? I'm in Kansas City right now, so it is 2:12 p.m. I'm gonna turn off notifications because I get distracted super easily. Okay, here we go. And then we can also make this a little bit bigger. I don't like to command plus on the actual page itself whenever I am working on the UI because I'm not getting a real representation of size because I'm like manually zoomed in on it. But for this for the stream. All right, here we go. So we need to find the hero. Austin, Texas. Nice. So we're both Central Time. You're just farther south. I've got some friends in Dallas right now. Things are fun. She's my college roommate who lives in Dallas, and she is a teacher of the young children's, very young, and things have been rough for the school systems there. So lots of prayers for that. Because my mom is a teacher in Oklahoma, and they're doing virtual, but apparently Dallas doesn't let their teachers do virtual. So womp womp. Okay, what was I doing? Hero component, CSS. Oh no, it was hero hire CSS. And that is another thing that I need to eventually do. I honestly don't know if we're gonna have time to do it today. But there's a mixture of like I love Sass and I love SCSS and some of these commits they just use plain CSS, which is fine. I mean, really we should just be able to go here, rename, and because all CSS is valid Sass. Not all valid Sass is valid CSS. It doesn't go the other direction. But if you have a CSS file, all you have to do is like change its extension to SCSS and voila, you're in Sass. So let's go to the component itself. And we need to change this link-a-dink here. And I actually need to zoom in. So yes, change that to SCSS. And then we change this file to SCSS. And then if we go check here, it says it compiled successfully. No problems. So we're good to go. I need to commit what we just did. Git add because I don't want the style changes to be mixed up in the deletion and recreation of this. So git add, not everything. Just hire hero stuff. Holly said, currently working on updating all the CSS and JavaScript libraries for an enterprise application 2014 to current. Dallas isn't great with this work from home thing yet. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping that like the vaccine comes out before they get good at it because I feel like it would take another year for some of these cities to like get good at it. Like I go and visit my in-laws in Grove and I'm like, nobody has a mask on. I'm like in church with like 150 people and nobody has masks on. So I think it would take a really long time for some places to get good at it. I digress. Okay, right. I need to add all of the hire hero stuff. This sounds really fun, honestly, updating the CSS and JavaScript libraries for an entire enterprise application, Holly. Like, I don't know that like that sounds it just sounds fun. I know it sounds like a headache to some people, but like I get so excited with like to update styles and fix things. Like it's just so rewarding because at the end of the day, you actually get to see like it started here, scary. It ended here, usable, right? Like so I love that. A little jealous of what you get to do. Hero hire. I need to add all the hero hire stuff. Did I do it? Is the question. Alyssa is taking me along to a long time to go UI. I'm really bad at it and go all the way to sorry, I'm reading this from Twitch, so I'm going to share it on stream so everybody can read it with me. Tofu Walk said, it's taking me a long time to go UI. I'm really bad at it. I can go all the way to SSJ3, but I can't get to UI. Any recommendations? Yeah, Holly said good luck on that. Good outlook on that. Yeah, Tofu, honestly, I think so I mentioned it when I first started the stream, but like this application got away from me. So many people were like making PRs and feature requests. And just one day I opened it up and I was like, oh God, what have we done? Like it's so many different developers mashed together, and I was like, oh, we've got to fix it. So I think taking a deep breath and like tackling like one small thing, literally, like if we go here, that's what I'm doing today. If you go here, open up Chrome and open up your like inspector. At least that's my way. I think other dev tools, some people really love Safari's dev tools. I don't know about other browsers, but open up dev tools and like just grab an element, any element. Like for instance, right now we are grabbing this filter form div because it's driving me crazy because it's centered and like nothing else on my site is centered. So I'm like, okay, we've got to fix that. And like that was the easiest way for me to get into UI because just tackling one thing at a time. Like, how do I get this div to not be centered? Right. And it's so simple. It's so basic, right? I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn off this margin 0 auto. I'm going to kill it with fire. But once you start doing that, you're like, oh, hey, look, it's not in the center. And then you grab the next thing and you're like, hey, this input isn't styled like this one. See the difference between this input, the name input, and the kind input? They totally look different. It's because this one has a class that this one doesn't. I know that because I pre-looked at it ahead of time, but just opening things up and making them consistent can like really help. And just again, taking a deep breath and remembering that adding margin and padding, like if you can do nothing else to your UI, giving everything a little bit of space to breathe does so much. You can have like the ugliest application in the world, but if it has space to breathe and flow, it's usable, right? You can get past the ugliness. So those are my tips, Tofu. I hope it helps and good luck to you. Honestly, I fell in love with like CSS after I got past the just kind of the difficult like learning curve that it can have. I just fell in love with it and it's my favorite thing now. And things like backend technologies or how you like optimize your routing in Angular or server side things, like those things overwhelm me. And those are the things that I have to challenge myself to get into. But this is my happy place. CSS is my happy place now. So I hope that you can find that as well. But yeah, so I wanted to go, I'm like taking us on down this like massive rabbit hole. I wanted to go and start cleaning up this form, but I changed the file to SCSS. So I have to commit this, have to commit it. And everyone should take this to heart. We must commit. If you like change the file extension or you do something super basic, like you change the formatting so all the spaces change, that needs to be in its own commit because dear God, if that's mixed in with the changes, it's like a nightmare to tease it out. So we've added the renamed one and the modified one. I think we're good to go. What else has changed? So those changes down below that you're seeing that I haven't committed, I'm not sure what to do with yet. We can talk about it later, but they're just kind of hanging out because I'm like, okay. So get status, yes, get add. Now we need to write the commit message. Love to hear what you all do for commits. My husband is a Tower user. He loves Tower to interface with like Git and commit things. I was taught to do it in the terminal, and I feel most comfortable here. So what's your flow? How do you push up changes? Git commit -m. We are modify hero hire CSS to SCSS. Push origin master. Terminal, says Holly. Nice. Tell me you have some beautiful pink in your terminal. Honestly, I don't think I could do terminal every day unless I had some pink in it. It makes me happy. I see it and I go, yeah, I can do this. I want to share that link again with you all just in case you're curious. Here it is. Just show it on the screen. It's a short link to the this is the Tour of Heroes application that John Papa wrote that I cloned down, that I modified, added here ponies, My Little Ponies too. And that's what we're working in right now. So check it out if you're curious. Changing from master eventually, and yes, lime green too. Oh, are you talking about the branch? Master? Should I not be pushing to master? Hi, Holly. My name's Alyssa, and I live on master. What do you do? Do you have feature branches or something? I think that sounds so overwhelming. I guess I don't know. I think I would have to have an actual like plan for this application and then start tackling that plan based on features. Like literally right now it's like what does it need make that happen? But yeah, the feature branches, that would be or the new name for master is what I meant. Oh, okay. Okay. And yes, lime green too. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if you can send me a screenshot, but I want to see. I want to see what your terminal looks like. Okay, so we are in the hero hire. Thank you, Chris, for that name. Component SCSS. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. What is the formatting doing? See, I don't understand why these selectors are on two different lines. At least I don't usually do that, so I'm going to put that on one line. Okay, not too much. I think I'm literally just going to kill the filter form margin 0 auto and go back over here. The hot module replacement should let us see immediately that it has been done. The next thing is that we are using Kendo UI and not all of these inputs are using Kendo UI. So I'm going to go to HTML. I was like really struggling to find the words for that one. Okay, let's check out his HTML. So he's using, well, now I'm confused. It looks like he's using Kendo all the way down. Okay, so now when I get a little overwhelmed like this and confused because I see Kendo, I see Kendo everywhere. Let's go to your name. We're going to inspect that input and find out what the garbage is going on. Okay, so that input is just a normal input, even though it has a Kendo label. So the name input needs to be a Kendo UI input. What did he do on this one? So I think it's because it's a multi-select that it's a special unicorn. We have a new input called, I can just pull up the docs while I talk about it so you're not staring at nothing, called the text box, which is like, you're probably like, wow, you have a text box component. No, like it was great once we had it because of consistency's sake. You don't actually need to, why am I struggling to find this link so bad? It says grid on development. There we go. And then we're going to go down to inputs. HIJK. Sometimes you have to hop off the development docs in order to go faster. I don't know what that's been lately. I need to talk to the dev team about that. I have no idea why that's happening. Inputs, go down to text box. So we could use the text box input. It's got a lot more features than we need though. So what I'm thinking is if we just go into each input and we're already including Kendo UI themes, like we have that for free because we're using Kendo UI. So I think if we go in and add the class of K input, all right, that work? Or did it just totally disappear? I think it disappeared. Oh, Dickens. Okay. So I thought that's all we would need to do, but I'm going to check out this, see Kendo Text Box. So we could use a Kendo Text Box, and I'm not opposed to it, but I just wanted to see if we could just throw on a class because I thought that's all we would need to do. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to, at the bottom, we have styles and themes, and then we have, there it is, common features, forms, and I'm going to go to our form guideline. And then I need to make this a little bit smaller just for a quick second so I can, sometimes it's hard to stare at things when they're so massive. Okay, so this one's using an input here. Just gave the, okay, I think we can do, let's, I don't know. We're going to try it. We're going to just try and see what works because I don't know. I'm not that great with forms yet. So this is, we're going to find the name form. Is this it? No, no, no. Your name, this one. This is the input that we were just talking to. Mm-hmm. Da, 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 da. That looks better, I think. I don't know why we're getting an error as if that looks better. And now it's matching It's matching the other input. Let's do it to email, telephone, email and telephone as well. Okay. Email, type, boop, boop, ba-doo. Telephone. I know we have actually a special, if we go over here, we have a special, back to the actual example, like a text mask that you can add for telephones, which could be good, but then we would need to make sure we did it based on where you were in the world, because I know Chris created this and he's from the UK. But he kind of gave it his own custom validation. So that was really interesting. For different phone numbers like that he had written. And I was like, wow, you kind of went all out, Chris. Let's see. I want to find the phone number one. So yeah, it's a Kendo masked text box. Let's try using it. I bet you anything we don't have it installed. No, because I have all inputs installed, so we should be able to just use it. Okay, so what we're going to do is create our own Kendo a form field. Why did that not? Like, I don't know why it didn't, finish the thing with the thing. There we go. Sometimes VS Code plays along nicely, and some other times you're like, what? What just happened? Okay. So there is, I just literally copied and pasted that from the docs. Don't judge me. I know you do it too. Kendo masked text box phone number. Watching you debug is very informative for a junior dev. Thank you. I'm jumping back over to work now. Have a good work time, Holly. Mwah! It was fun having you on stream. Okay. So here is input Kendo text box. We could do it like this, but I was thinking of having the masky business. Oh, that's weird. He has these error messages, but we actually have a built-in good vibes. Thanks, Holly. We actually have a built-in Kendo. I think it's like Kendo error. What is it called? Used it the other day. Form error. That's why I was looking for error. Kendo form. Greetings from Colombia. Hi. I'm going to actually throw that up on screen because today we're streaming to not only Twitch Code It Live channel, but we're streaming to the Kendo UI YouTube channel. And so we have people from both platforms who might not be seeing the comments on both platforms. So yeah, welcome. Welcome. We're just doing a little bit of debugging and CSSing. It's gonna be a short stream today, but I just thought it'd be a fun way to detox from the Wednesday. And yeah, I'll be hopping off shortly to go and prep a talk for tomorrow. The Live Coders channel is having an all-day conference. I'll be on in the morning, and my talk is Dark Patterns in UX. I'm really excited about it. So, okay, focused. I'm focused. What did I just do? Oh, right. I was trying to type. So he made his own error field, which is really interesting. But we have form error. That's the thing that I need in my life. I don't know why. Maybe I need to install it. I bet you anything I do. Let's go and see. It says it's compiled. Really? Okay. So let's see. I'm literally going to just use form field, form error, if that. Let's just grab this whole form field here and modify it to work for us. Oh, you gotta love that. Shift tab. Okay. Here's our new form field, and up top is our old form field. The text is going to say, for the label, contact telephone. Also, shout out to Chris Ford, who made this originally. Very, very awesome fella who does Adventures in Angular, the podcast with me. And He was on the Angular relay with me at DevReach, and he added this code, but we're just cleaning it up now. Phone number. Okay, what else? So instead of phone number, I think we need to say phone. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what needs to happen. And mask, I don't think we have yet. So I'm going to go and show you. These masks are really freaking cool. In Kendo UI, if you go back to the example, you'll see that we've got like the parentheses and then the different spaces and dashes. But this could be anything that you specify, because if you go to the not the markup, if you go to the TypeScript, you'll see here that they have this public phone number mask, and then it's just a string. So if we go and create our very own version of that for our phone number, where's the TypeScript? I get confused when I see these both TypeScript files, because like my mind just like blurs out the word component and the word module. And I know the colors like should mean something, like the red and the blue, but they don't yet, because I just started using that extension. So I'm like, I always do this whenever I'm like trying to find the TypeScript. I'm like, this, that. So yeah, it's that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm taking so long. All right, let's go to this, and we're just going to create a new public phone number mask. I think I called it phone mask because I changed everything that said phone number in the markup to phone. Okay, so that mask should plug in and should work. We'll see it in a second. I want to kind of go through and make sure I changed everything else. So it's for phone, form control name is phone. I think he did reactive, so I don't know. I really suck with reactive forms in Angular. And I know, before everybody starts ranting, you all probably love them, and it's great. And Kendo UI supports both ways, and their docs will walk you through both ways. I just personally am not good at it. Okay, so let's see what he did. Input Kendo Text Box, type text, form control name phone. Phone, yes. Okay, if I think we're ready to just like go look at it at least. I think so. If everything's compiled, it has. It's always surprising to me when everything compiles. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. First thing I'm seeing, I don't know where our label. I don't know where our label is. Our mask is showing up, which is super awesome. And for like a US phone number, which is where I am based, would look like. See, I did it again. I was trying to find the right TypeScript file. It would look like something like this, where you have the area code, and then you have 3 numbers, and then you have 4 numbers. And so if we go back to this, whoops, our mask changed now so that whenever you add in or not, I don't know what button I just pressed. Why is that happening? I have broken the input, is what you say. Yeah, I've hella broken this input. It's not letting me type anything in, and I have no idea why. Okay, we're gonna find out. So that is the mask is working. It's showing up. It is happy. Let me double check this. Yeah, we're at 35 minutes. Probably only go like 5-ish more minutes. I know it's super short, but ooh, if only you knew the 2 weeks I've had. They've been fun. They've been good. They've been really busy. Okay. Phone mask. But shout out if you're in the chat hanging out and you haven't told me where you're from, what time it is. I don't know what time it is in Colombia. I would imagine not far off from my time. It's 2:30 here p.m. And what was I doing? We were doing something. Oh, right. We're trying to get this input to work. Woo. Okay. Telephone number, Kendo Text Box, type text, form control. Feel free to shout it out also if you see what I'm doing wrong, because I am just trying to get this phone number to work. That's all I want in life. All right. So first of all, we're going to ignore his error messages, and we're going to ignore our error messages, because I just want the input to work. I could care less about error messages at this point in life, right? Like, just work. Next, we're going to look at the labels. This one it's for phone. This one's for phone. I am curious if having, sometimes when you do a comment inside of a comment, it all flips out on you. My tabs are all off now. I think that's right. That looks right. So I'm wondering if it's because I'm trying to make this input work for the same data twice. I don't know if that would cause hatred. Okay, so now we have, will it let me type? Oh, it will. I think it was just because I I had both inputs happening at once, which was bound to the same data. But you'd be like 918-704-4765, right? And there's your phone number and it looks good. And you click out of it. We still have red, not sure what error it thinks we have. And again, it could be, I think it, you know what I think it is. It's more like, what I know it is. No. Chris had some, if we go down to his stuff, wait, is this his component? Yeah, this is his. I think he's doing some validation. Good Lord. What all was he doing? He was doing some of his own custom validation for phone numbers. Yeah, phone validators pattern number only. And then he had written his own regex, which I'm like, what on earth? Like, I know that I'm using a component library to because Kendo UI handles a ton of this for you, but even if it didn't, I don't think I would ever reach out and just be like, let me write my own regex to validate this phone number. It's not where my brain would go. Okay, here we go. But some people are really good at those. Not me. Okay. Phone number. Yes. I just want to figure out why it's still red. And I actually created this. I don't know if it's hacky. You can tell me, chat, if you think this is hacky. I created this snippet. I literally live in Dropbox paper. Like if you don't know about Dropbox paper, if I need to write down anything, any idea, any talk that I'm writing, conference that I'm organizing, I'm trying to make some documentation for this piece of code, it all goes into Dropbox paper. I flipping love Dropbox paper. An old advocate friend of mine got me into it and I'm hooked now. So that's why we're here. So yes, a hacky way to see all errors firing. So let's go ahead and throw in my hacky way, which again, I don't know if it is hacky. It's just what I called it. And we need to make sure that we're actually firing for the right thing. So with Kendo errors, it's going to be looking for form, controls, and then the name of the form, input chunk that we're in, and then I'm listing out the errors. And it's JSON, so I'm using the JSON pipe here. This is called, I think, just phone. I think, because that was the template variable we made. Let's see. Wait, hang on. Did it work? Okay, couple of questions. Way more than a couple of questions. Did it compile? It looks like it did. Why does it hate me? All right, let me double check that everything looks, yeah, it doesn't look tidy because I still have that old variable in there. So if we have any phone errors at all, list out the phone errors. Okay, thanks. That's what we're saying here. I lost my label though. At least the last time it compiled. It wasn't. We don't have a telephone label anymore. I don't know. Let's find it. Let's go find it. Kendo Mass Text Box. That looks right. And then why are you gone? Do we have any errors? Oh, good. Thank God. Error, cannot read property controls of undefined. Okay. I'm missing a vital piece of Kendo UI information is what's happening. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go look at a form that I know can use the form controls and see, are they importing some sort of special forms thing from Kendo UI? Oh, no, form control from Angular. I don't know if we're doing that. Is that the form control to which we need? Let's go check. What are you doing with form control? I'm just gonna oops. Form control name. So they're using it within the markup. Okay. And I'm assuming they're not using it. Oh, no, they are. With the validation, new form control. Okay. So I need to, I don't need, because it's reactive, and I'm so terrified of reactive forms in Angular. I don't even know if they do like form groups like this. Is that reactive? I flipping couldn't tell you. Let's look in our component. And I know the font is working for you, but I have to make it a little bit smaller. And then really what I want to look for, first of all, let's look at the imports. So we are importing form group from Angular Forms. And then hero booking is using that as a type. And that's the only thing we're importing. Okay. Because I think form control is what we need to make this happen. I think we need to import form control from Angular, and then we need to set up some validation for the phone number like this one does. So I'm just going to do it. We're just going to do it. This is the close of this constructor. I really have no idea if this is going to break Chris's form or not. Oh, you know what I need to do? Here's what we're going to do. I am going to put a pin in this, and I'm actually going to bring Chris on because he is the one who wrote this, and he loves reactive forms in Angular, and he is brilliant at Angular. So I'm going to make him join me for the next UI Wednesday, and I'm going to show him what I want to achieve because it's kind of the way that I would do forms. But then we'll see what he has to say because I want to do it the right way. I don't want to blow his forms out of the water. So what I'm going to do is let's get a link. This is how Alyssa puts a pin in things. We go here, we find this, and we say, I'm gonna ask some questions. I just love putting questions just like right there in the markup. Chris, if you're watching this, you're welcome. You just got volunteered to come on stream with me. Okay. I want to use Kendo UI form error messages. And then we'll say form control line, what was it? 63, totally guessing. Oh, there's no line numbers. Say form control validation in the constructor. This is how I'm going to bring it up with him and show him. And then I'm just going to comment out the thing that I want to do and that I'm going to try to do. And I'm going to bring his back in. However, if we go and look, we want to look back at, because we were supposed to just be focusing on the UI, and I totally went down a rabbit hole here. These now all look like Kendo UI inputs. Wow, that took a long time. You probably thought I was buffering. I was, just not in the way you thought. I don't love the border that he gave this. So the next thing I would do is rip that out violently. No, not violently, nicely. Oh, I don't think he did that because I'm a Rebecca Purple user. So that was probably me. So let's get rid of that. There's no need for a border radius because we don't have a border. This padding, it can go away too. Width. Okay, so I think what we should do is say, please let me know if you disagree, but I think we should set the width to like, maybe. And we could center it, but nothing, again, nothing on the website so far is centered. And I think this looks a heck of a lot better than what we started with, because all the inputs have the same styling. Yes, our validation isn't working, but we're not focused on that right now. All our inputs have the same styling, and we've got a little bit bigger of a form. Always, if you're like questioning, like, how do I make this look better? Margin and padding. Do you have plenty of space around your elements? Is it even space around your elements? And then the second thing you can think about is, can I make this bigger? Right? Chunky form elements, big inputs, big labels, big text. They're in nowadays. It's like the new look for the 2020s. So go bigger, make it chunkier. And so let's go and make these styles permanent, because we just did that in DevTools. All right. So we got rid of Rebecca Purple. Beautiful color, beautiful web color, beautiful story behind it. Look it up if you don't know. It's a good cry time. Border radius, we don't need that padding. And the width, instead of 400, let's just say 50 view width. Half of our view width. I think I'm pretty happy with that. That makes me feel a lot better, and we now have a stepping stone for the next steps, because this form isn't perfect, but it is at least consistent. Yes. Okay, so let's push it up. Let's add it to the live site. We don't need our server anymore. Thank you. Thank you for doing your job for us. Git add source app. What the heck am I adding? Hero hire. So anything with hero hire. Get status. Yes, yes, yes. Ignore those other three. Get commit message of clean up form styles to be more consistent. Git push origin master. Yeet. Again, if you are curious about this code, it's right there. It's on the GitHubs. It's a pretty fun app. I love it. It's John Papa's Tour of Heroes Angular application that I turned into My Little Ponies. And we're going to keep working on that. We've got a lot more to do. I really do. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you. Oh, I don't have it open. We'll just open it right now. Oh, live. Wow. What? Live? Yeah, live. I'm going to show you why I'm leaving you all early, because you might be like, why would you leave us early? I have this dark patterns talk, and I need to work on it. I need to make sure it's up to date. I need to record it. I'm doing it for not only NG Poland, but live coders tomorrow on Twitch this week. So it's just a busy week. I love you all though. And I really am going to do some more work on this application, because she's not done yet. She'll probably never be done. It's one of those projects. But we'll bring on the original creator of this form to talk to us very soon about reactive forms. I'm taking next week off because, well, I need a brain break, A, and B, it's Turkey Day in the US. So happy Thanksgiving if you're from the this area of the world, and happy Diwali if you're in India, and happy anything else if I'm missing that. But yeah, I'm going to go work on this for a little bit, but hit me up on the Twitters. This is my Twitter. If you didn't know, this is me. Hit me up on Twitter if you just want to chat. But I'll be back with more UI fun after the Turkey Day holiday. So I hope you all enjoy yourself and take care. Mwah! This is your outro music. You're welcome.